Y'all niggas got me hot. Yeah.
Is we live? Is we live? Is we live? Yes, you are now tuned into the Rare Podcast, and of course, I am your host with the most, NK, aka NK Flows, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. And of course, I'm joined by my lovely co-host. Let's start with Madame Ashley. What are you telling me?
You already just said my name.
I know, but you know.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley.
And the man them.
Hi guys, I'm TS.
Hello, I'm Jixon.
And today we have a special guest.
He doesn't want to show his face.
He's got a mask and that. You get me?
We got Rey Mysterio, guys. Well, introduce a Rey Mysterio.
No face, no case.
We love it.
Yeah, me, it's Pawzzy out here today. Thanks for having me down, guys.
So why are we here today?
Why are we here? We're here to discuss a very charitable organization. You know, they're out here, you know, saving souls.
Saving what?
You know, who's out in the roads trying to save souls? Everything.
Souls. That's what they talk about.
Souls, you know.
They're snatching, bro. Soul
PT.
PT.
Was that
Oh, I thought
personal
I'd say
trainer?
their names
Was
for
that
a
PT?
second.
Personal trainer?
No, PT.
Personal trainer.
No, that's
He's
Pastor
the
Toby.
leader.
Yeah, he's training.
He's the man of God, Pastor Toby.
Amen.
Man of God.
That PT, okay.
Massive PT. Massive PT. So, first and foremost, let's talk about for those who are not in the know, what is SPAC? SPAC like to advertise themselves as a church, you know, a group of people, you know, that like to bring people from the roads into God.
Mainly youth.
They're
target
youth church.
Youth, you know, they mainly target youth.
They're youth church.
So if you're like over 25, you're basically, they don't want you there.
Why is that?
Because they think, so say you're like below 25, they think that you're unmature in Christ, they say. But say
you're not-
over
like, you're not
25,
ready.
Yeah. So you're over 25, they think that, yeah, this person's mature in Christ.
So they don't allow over 25s in there?
No.
I don't want that.
Rob.
If you're over
That's
25.
what I'm hearing, they're not allowed over.
But
That is
obviously,
wild.
the justification for that, they're saying, like Pawzzy said, because they're young in Christ. Really, it's because we know under 25, you're young, you're impressionable, and you're easy to manipulate.
Impressionable is that key word, bro.
Impressionable. And for those who are still not in the know, impressionable of what? What is SPAC doing? Well, allegedly,
Man had to put his cut down.
people at SPACNATION, certain parts at SPACNations, you know, are making whoever donate considerable amounts of money, making you take out loans, business loans that will, let's say 10K, you know, you give it to the pastor, and you know, you'd think when you give 10K, you know, it's going towards a charity. No, it's going to the man himself, not God. PT is getting hella peas.
Oh my days. Hold up. Remember when he said 1K a week is fine? Or is it
he
1K?
said it's nothing, bro. Like 1K.
Donate
I don't
1K.
see it as that deep.
Who's making 1K a week?
Just about to say
Legally,
that.
who's doing that? You have to be
Yeah,
banging
legal-
doing some
legal
illegal
money.
stuff.
Legal
Bro,
money.
So
Wait,
you-
and they're
so
all
you-
under 25.
You want to be taking out of this
and they expect
establishment.
1K a week.
You want to be taking out of this
They're getting it.
establishment to worship God and eventually go to heaven, innit? When you leave this earth, like, and he wants them to donate through means that are illegal.
Yeah, one of them said that God's in debt.
Yeah, one of us said God is in debt.
that that Mariam
That's
girl?
Mariam Mola.
God is in debt.
How could God be in debt? Blasphemy in debt.
Oh, God, in debt.
Jeez.
Yeah. No.
You don't
Oh
know
my
Judgment
God.
Day is real, you know. Like you're gonna get questions, fam. How can
Yeah,
you?
man.
God is in financial debt.
No, God is in.
Financial debt.
God is in financial debt.
He's in
Nah, it
debt.
don't make
Or he's in
sense.
debt for souls. I think he meant he's in debt for souls. Like he's in debt.
As in, like,
He doesn't have enough souls.
Yeah. Basically, one of the I think it was another pastor as well. They were saying, the reason why you need to sow seed is obviously Jesus paid a debt to mankind. So we're paying back that debt that God gave us. Basically, he's waffling.
He sounds like Nahi.
Waffling.
Just all of this rubbish here. Where in the Bible does it say any of this?
About
That's-
sowing seed.
No, not even that. Just about God is in debt. God needs this. God.
It
It's
doesn't
like,
say that in the
where?
Bible.
No, obviously
The
not.
But it just
Bible
says, what do you call
doesn't say
it?
all of this.
When you go out to evangelize, you're going out to save souls for God, so bringing more people to Christ.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is that they're going out telling people, what do you call it? If you don't give our life to, if you don't come to our church, you're gonna go there, you're gonna go to hell,
They
you're
think
gonna be in
that
debt, all
SPAC
that
is the
stuff.
only church in the
Exactly.
world, like.
Or the one where she was like, I don't know God, I know Pastor Tony.
Oh, I don't know.
That's
It was
like-
him. It was her, Mariam Mola, or some other pastor. Which is like, I don't care. I don't know. People think I'm on this thing for G. I'm not on this thing for
Set me
Jesus.
up a meeting
I'm
with
on-
him. Let me get a meeting with Jesus. That's what she
Yeah.
said.
She's like, I don't know. I'm not on this thing for Jesus. I'm on this thing for PT. And because PT follows Jesus, I'm on Jesus.
Oh, they
know what, yeah?
glorified this PT guy.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, fam. You man are Christian. I think you man should be vexed.
We are.
You man should be angry, fam.
Because this is
How-
making
you're
our religion look
blasting
like a
me in
joke.
this, fam. Your religion, like, it's Jesus is the soul, is the center of your religion, like, and how can a man just say, "Oh, I don't know Jesus,
False
show me
prophet.
Jesus"? Like, what kind
But
of
then this is showing
arrogance is that?
this
fam?
is showing that the end days are coming, because they're talking about in Revelations that false prophets will be introduced to the world and all that stuff, and that's what's happening. PT, everybody's talking about in their testimonies. Nobody mentions God in their testimonies.
Yeah,
Every day,
like-
They
oh,
don't.
PT did this for me. SPACNATION did this for me.
It's crazy.
No,
This
do you
is
remember?
don't
why.
make
This
sense.
is why people say it's a cult. This guy is at the forefront, and his name is said more than Jesus and God.
PT,
What?
PT.
100%.
And who are you worshiping, Jesus or God or PT?
Yeah, they worship PT out there.
It's scary, man.
The blasphemy, fam. The blasphemy. Oh my days.
Nah. And also, it's like, I remember there was one part, there was, during Loz's live stream,
Bless that
watched
woman,
that.
man.
one pastor,
Because she's part of my church.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bless Loz.
What church is that?
Shout out Loz, man.
You love her, Loz?
Yeah, shout out Loz.
Yeah, but in Loz's live stream, yeah, basically she was talking to bare SPACNATION pastors, and I'll never forget this.
Oh wait, when the guy said if Jesus
This was
was
alive.
He be Canada
Oh my God.
Fam.
I'm telling you, I went to throw my phone. I was
Like
like,
the blasphemy in the
what
church,
rubbish
yeah.
is that?
these man,
Like
bro.
these lot are taking somebody like Jesus, who was a carpenter, who was somebody of humble, basically advertised himself as humble.
Yeah.
Why would he be wearing Canada Goose, fam? And
all
it's not
things.
even that. It's not even that. Basically, what they're trying to say is that materialism is more important than actual
Oh,
the
it's
word
like
these days.
that's how they get. So like we show that this is how you get people. Like they try to attract people to the church and then show them the message. But it's just like that's not.
But that's
the
not
way
even
it's
the only
supposed to
church I've
be.
heard speak about that. Even Joe Austin, a video was posted about him. the
Oh,
other
that
day.
Southern guy.
Yeah, where he was talking about, what do you call it? You have
Jesus,
to be
what did
rich,
he
all that.
say? He was like, Jesus wants you to look good, and Jesus
You have
wants
to have
you
the
dress
nicest clothes.
good.
That's when
Jesus
good
wants
things
you
will
to
happen
do
to
Bro,
you.
that's not gonna matter when your judgment day. Like,
Exactly.
No, like,
That's
You're
what I'm
not
saying.
taking them things with you when you die.
I think dressing good and looking good, like making an effort, is good. But like excessively, no. Like when
what
it
materi-
revolves around materialism, no, that's too far, man.
Well,
How can you say Jesus will wear Canada Goose? What,
yeah, it's mad.
fam?
And then
What?
And then basically he was like, okay, basically we attract people through the designer and all of that, but we make them stay because of the word. And it's like, no, but shouldn't you attract people based on the word? And then one of the other pastors was like, there's so many I don't know if it's Pastor Sam, Pastor this, whatever pastor it was.
All of them are pastors. Like.
That's another problem I have. Why is there so many pastors?
Yes. ordained.
Why is everybody
Remember
just
that whole
pastor?
Sunday, there was 200 pastors that got
is it
ordained.
200 pastors?
I didn't
200.
I didn't understand that.
There's
But my
hella
friends were saying our
pastors.
friends were going there.
And they're all, no, I remember there was one photo that got released time ago where all of them were praying and they were all in red bottoms, all in loops. I'm like, fam.
You know, this is just history repeating
So,
itself.
like,
you
being
know
a
that.
pastor, yeah, it takes like a lot of responsibility.
For real.
Because you have to do like weddings,
Uh-huh.
like funerals, like when the baby's born and that.
Yeah, Christian.
So you're telling me a 17-year-old in Louboutin
Can be a pastor.
Be a pastor.
And it's, the thing is, it's more than that. So it's like you need to know the Bible, like
Yeah.
in and out.
Bro,
back
this
to
is my
forward.
biggest
in and
problem.
out.
You need to know
This is my biggest
everything.
problem. I've met pastors that, or at least one. Let me just say one. I can only say one. When I met him, this guy said he didn't even finish reading the Bible. Like, how can you be a credible source? Like,
Yeah,
you don't, you don't even know.
We're preaching on what you don't know.
But like I said, but in everything there's false prophets.
There really
In
are.
everything, in every sector, there's false prophets.
Alright, what do you mean by false prophets? What this term false
Okay,
prophets? I hear it all the time.
Misleading,
a
innit?
false prophet is somebody, for example, to be a pastor, in my opinion, and what it said, what I've read from religious text is a calling by God. God will call you to be a pastor. God will call you to be someone to teach His word. Do you know what I mean? To spread His word. When that is not your calling, and when that is not something that God has told you to do, what a false prophet will do, a false prophet might not be someone who's actually educated in the word, or might be someone who's using the word for their own means. PT, somebody who's manipulating the word for their own benefit.
My guy has Lambo. £1 million house.
But do you even know how they got that money? I swear, I read something. My auntie was telling me actually. She was telling me how back in Nigeria, he stole that money from his dad. And then he fled to the UK to start up a church.
If this is true,
Allegedly.
if this is true,
Allegedly.
if I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt in it, if this is true, and you bumped your own dad, you're a bad person. You're a bad person.
But SPACNATION pastors are bumping their own parents. I swear there was one pastor who put his, again, this is all on the exposer. Listen, let me give shout out to the exposer. Shout out to the exposer.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Exposer. Well done, my guy. Or my feet, whoever you are. Well done.
My person.
My person. Yeah.
Human.
Because listen, all of this information on exposer. I was on the exposer, and there was one pastor. He literally made his auntie take out 200, I think 100k. Yeah. 100k.
Well, you loaned out 100k.
I think it was 250. Something over 100k.
Yeah, Six figures.
Six figures.
Yeah, 6 figures.
Over 100k. So boom, he made his auntie take all that money out, and they said, "Oh, of course the church will pay back in installments." Auntie has not seen anything. Auntie's in debt. Auntie, the bank needs you. Like, you're not getting P. Like we're laughing, but at the same time, like, these lot are willing to like extort their own family.
They're ruining people's lives, you know. You get in a debt like that, how are you gonna come out of it?
Yeah, that's like,
and especially at a young age, how are you gonna come out of it?
Yeah. Like there was one, I think it was one girl where she was like, she made friends with some guy in the church, and then she took out money for the church, like it was like 1k. Then he went behind her back and took out an extra 9k
from her account.
How
did he get her account deals?
Because apparently she made friends and like gave him. I don't know.
These lot, they sell like the youth hope.
That's what they're hope dealers.
There was one guy. Exactly.
Hope dealers, fam.
So I think there was one guy. They go to like the spots like Morley's, Bagel King. There was one guy, they said to him, he wanted to be a basketball player. So they said to the kid, we got links for you. We're going to call this person. Just come to the church and we'll sort it out for you. So they take him to the church. Then they'll tell him, listen, God said, you're not playing basketball. You have to serve God.
God said.
Yeah,
He didn't even tell me, but he told someone else. You're not playing basketball.
They'll say, God said you're not playing basketball. You have to serve God. We're going to start up a business for you. They'll be like, you have to take out this much. That
don't make sense.
So dead.
They'll manipulate the guy.
Wow.
They made the kid block his mum on WhatsApp. They took him to the trap house.
No.
They said to him, your mum don't like you. She don't want you at the house. She said you're trouble. This, that. Yeah, bruv, it's mad what they do.
That's evil.
It's evil.
Pure evil, fam.
Yeah, because
evil, fam.
And the kid
Pure
was
evil.
thinking, bro, my mum don't like me. So
Because they said that the man don't like that. That's bad.
And this is because, like we said, he was probably impressionable.
Yeah.
An impressionable youth that got manipulated, like you said. That's a mad case, fam.
There's bare different pastors here. But I remember there's another pastor who went on Periscope because SPACNATION have their own private Periscopes, innit? Or whatever. And then she basically said, I remember, I'll never forget this.
But why are they always on Periscope?
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Not even Instagram
Find
Live.
the location or
I don't know.
what?
Some funny business going on.
I don't know,
there.
but basically, this was during PT's birthday, innit? Excuse me. This
The
is
same
during
birthday that they didn't turn up
That-
to,
like
and they
he
were
did-
celebrating.
they having a party, they was not even there.
The whole happy birthday, PT. Go away, fam.
And they were drinking and eating.
You that
fries.
jollof
Yeah.
frise Super Bowl
Literally,
out
It
there
is,
money.
but continue.
No,
Listen,
basically,
man.
yeah. It's for PT's birthday, and then the woman, the pastor said, "I'm gonna find her name. Don't worry, I'm gonna find her name." Pastor said, for this man of God's birthday, I want you to take out money. I don't care if
Steal
you have
if
to
you have
beg,
to.
steal if you have to,
Whatever.
steal if you have to for this man of God. We need to raise money for this man of God. So what SPAC will do?
For what? Another Lambo?
Exactly. Look at those.
But part of the reason where the money is going, it's not all going to PT, right? Some of the money is going. Some of the money is going to basically taking. Let's say we go Camberwell, right? You see a bunch of youths. Let's go. I like all you lot. Let me take all you lot to Nando's. Let me take a bunch of 15, 16-year-old to Nando's. The pastor will do that. Obviously, the pastor will pay for everything in Nando's, innit? Cool.
That fraud money.
No, with loans and all of that, whatever, cool. They'll
Their
pay for
credit
the
is
Nando's.
bad.
But deep in, they still don't have their own building.
They don't.
They
Wait,
still-
That's what I'm thinking. They're going
renting
hotel
out-
to hotel to
they're still renting out
hotel.
hotels.
They
Like,
rent
they
out
have bare
hotels.
locations.
So there's
Kennington,
10K, 10K,
Walworth.
100K,
Bro,
there's
them
10K here. You don't have your own building.
Lame
But yeah,
With all that money.
Basically, they'll take them to Nando's. Cool. The kids will be gassed. Oh, man, Nando's. This person bought me Nando's. This person's safe. And the pastor be like, oh, yeah, obviously, take my number. Like, we're church and that. And obviously, to a 16-year-old, you're thinking, this person's mad safe, innit? Like, I like this. And if you're going to go to the church, you're going to see everyone wearing noobs. There's that thing that, oh, my days, you're going to get gassed. You're going to get wrapped in that life. As soon as these men say to you, obviously, just take out a little loan, just a little something for us, just take it out.
They'll tell you, do you want a business? They'll be like, cool, sign up for this, take out a loan. Then they'll make you take out like 10K. And a few months down the line, they'll dissolve the business.
See, no,
that's
what
what
were you
they
looking
do.
at the other time? All
They
their
haven't
business shut
solved it.
down.
They're shut down.
What happened?
No.
Oh yeah, that's the pastor. Pastor Nicky. That was the pastor Nicky that was telling everyone to go on IG and steal. But yeah, me and Jason, but me and Jason were looking at
Bless you.
all the businesses. Bro, half of the business. You look for yourself. Like search up these businesses.
On Gov, on
Gov.uk.
yeah.
All of them on
Gov.uk.
there.
Most of them are dissolved.
Company's
Contact
house,
Nation
man.
one time. I
Company's
didn't
house.
see
Check
Pastor
there as
Toby.
well. You see the business is
Wait,
there.
It's a joke.
there was one. Zion Heating. We checked
That
Zion
was
Heating.
your boy. He got
I
shut
think it was
down.
Pastor Khaled or whatever. Zion Heating. First of all, the website looked like some Mickey Mouse playground. It was terrible.
It was made on
It looked
Wix.
like it was made in 2007.
Fam,
Fam. It was terrible.
Like, I started up this business car. I always wanted to get into plumbing and that rubbish.
It's
and now it's
fraud.
dissolved.
It's fraud, bro.
Money laundering. I don't listen.
But Pawzzy, what was your experience? Or
Oh, have you been
I
to
know
the
you had a
church?
little bit of.
Nah, like,
Oh, it was
haven't-
Pastor Connor, Zion Heating.
Or you
sorry.
know.
like, I haven't been to SPACNATION, but before SPAC started, there was like a group. They're called the Young Soldiers. So that was Enrique,
Pastor Enrique.
some guy called David, Obi, Francis, and there was a few more. I can't really remember their names, but they started a little thing called Youth Revival. So what they were actually on for God, like from what I saw.
Like they were serious in the beginning.
Serious, because I had a little situation. Then, because Enrique, I know him like personally.
Pastor Enrique.
Yeah, I know him innit. So I shouted him. I'm like, yo, listen, like, I'm trying to change my life around. I see you're doing well. He's like, yeah, come to my church, blah blah blah. Give your life to God and that. Started reading my Bible, but they were actually on this God thing that there was nothing to do with money. It was nothing to do with this drippy, no Louboutins and that. It was actually about God and that. So then, a few months down the line, I think they just left. They just went to SPACNATION, and like most of like half of the youth, they just followed with them.
Why did they leave though?
So like, the reason why they left because, the main pastor at the church was telling them like, you're not ready to
What, ready to like evangelize and that?
evangelize, like to go on tours and that, because they had like girlfriends. They were still having.
You're not
they
ready
were
to
still
be committed.
beating things like. They were beating things like again that.
Yeah, so they wasn't really like ready to preach the word of God
Yeah,
because
you
there were
get
still
me.
aspects of their life
Yeah,
that weren't
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So their pastor told
The
them
pastor was
like,
like, listen, that you still need
That's
work.
understandable, though.
Yeah,
You
like
still
up
need
until
work.
that point, like right now, that sounds all fine to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
legit
yeah.
as well.
But they were thinking, like, I don't need work. Like, God, they think this is my calling. God has told me this, that. But they didn't listen, so they went on uni tours and that. I'm sure they've come like around
what,
here.
youth revival?
Yeah, youth revival. Like they've come around here, different unis.
So
So then after that, they just left. So they left because they had a little disagreement. Just left, went to SPACNATION. Then Pastor Toby must have seen these lot, was like, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage. These lot are gonna bring in the youth. Because I'm telling you, like, these lot, before they gave their life to Christ, they were on the roads and that. So they already had a name.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I was gonna say like that's one aspect I was thinking of is good in SPACNATION, because I'm not gonna lie, they did take a lot of people from the roads.
Yeah.
But then it's like you're taking them from this wrong and putting them in this wrong.
It's gonna.
Yeah.
They've made things worse. I'll tell you why SPAC has made things worse. Because you're taking minds from the roads, right? You're taking people that genuinely wanna, like, a lot of these guys that go to SPACNATION, who are from the roads genuinely want to go because they want to change their life and they see like Christ and religion as an outlet for that. Calm. You take that you take that natural lead to like better yourself and you put that in the church. But the problem is now the church has manipulated them. Now the church has told them, okay, take out these 10k loans, take out this, take out that, do
Probably
this.
just appealing to their materialism in a different way.
Yeah. But here's the issue though. But maybe they're appealing to their materialism, but at the same time, I think a lot of these guys, their hearts are in a good place. So what happens when their hearts are in a good place and they get manipulated? What happens when SPAC, let's say, shuts down? They're gonna think, this religion thing twanged, man. I'm not on this religion thing no more. I'm gonna go back to the only thing I know. Yeah, exactly. The roads. You're gonna have an influx of man coming out of SPACNation, going back to the roads. And yes, you probably can, other churches probably can evangelize to these lot. But it's gonna be hard because they're gonna be like, I tried the faith thing. I tried to be in the church and look what the church done to man. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? These man like when they go to other churches and they see offering, how are they gonna feel? Because they're gonna be like, this is SPAC all over again. So what SPAC's doing, they're creating a cycle where people are gonna be more distrusting of religion and gonna go back to the roads. Because that's where a lot of, I would say a lot, I don't know the numbers, but from what I see, a lot of the people they appeal to and advertise to are people from disenfranchised backgrounds. So it's like when people wake up and see the reality that this church is twanging them, they're gonna go back to the roads. Because what other alternatives can they see? We know there's alternatives out there, but what other alternatives can they see? That's the issue. That's why I think this whole SPAC thing is making things worse.
So right now we're clearly at a stage where we know SPAC is violating so many laws. They're banging they're putting man in debt.
Investigation happening in there
currently. What do you man think is the solution to this?
Well, obviously
they need to own up to what they're
Shut it
doing.
down.
No,
they need to be honest and tell the truth about what they're doing.
Well, that's not gonna happen. Pastor Toby, he's probably just gonna leave the country.
So man,
because you see the way he's throwing. You see the way everybody's throwing.
He's taking his money and he's dipping back to
Fam,
Nigeria.
it's actually the truth because he has a family back in Nigeria.
Bruv, this guy's gonna dip to Nige.
No, but I
His
think
followers will let him.
they will let him.
They'll put the flag. They'll put the flag for you.
They'll book it.
Go.
We'll go jail for you. Go.
What do you think this seed is contributing to? Do you think he's not taking some of the seed that he's getting?
He's probably even gonna buy
But
private
the thing
jet.
is, you man, the maddest thing is, before even Pastor Toby, we've been knowing of pastors and priests. I think priests as well that they've had jets and this and that. Like they've been violated
that's
from
mostly
before
in
Pastor
America,
Toby.
Not gonna lie,
yeah.
but them pastors
Even
and
here
priests,
too.
I can understand where they come from. Like Joyce Meyer, people were getting onto her because she has a big mansion and she has a private jet. But she does side stuff like talk shows. That's what most of American pastors do.
Why
She
does
does
she need a
bare
private
stuff
jet? Let me ask this. Why does she
Why
need a
does
private
celebrities need private jets?
No,
She's a big person,
no,
though.
but she's a church person, right?
Yeah,
a person of
she's
God.
a famous pastor.
don't
of
think there's
America.
not anything wrong with
Why
that.
does someone like that, someone that worships God has to be humble? Like that's
Yeah,
one of
but
your
no,
No,
but
attributes.
but having a
there's-
private jet
but
doesn't
having a private
equate
jet-
doesn't equate like not
Why
being
can't she
humble.
jump on a flight that everyone else is jumping on?
Because private jets are more convenient. That's what private jets are convenient. It's like
That money that she put in a private jet could be going to something.
No, but at the
so.
same no, but I
She's
know,
been
but
putting a lot
at
of
the
money
same
to
time, at the
charity
same
and
time,
that.
at the same
A lot of these pastors put
no,
money
but
to
at the same
charity
time,
on the side.
that's like
Same way that Jeff Bezos put money into charity. You take it from one pocket and put it in another pocket.
No. But you're saying because she has money to afford these things means she's inherently corrupt. Because
No,
I
that's
can't
not
lie.
what I'm saying.
But
I'm
that's
saying her money could be spent better in a better
But-
way.
but
That's
we-
what I'm
but-
A
saying.
lot of them are spending their money better.
Again,
like that.
we don't know what she's doing with her money. She could have money left over and still afford a private jet. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have
Especially
to.
Joyce Meyer, she's like
that's
she's a
mad.
huge
I
pastor.
don't
She's
know,
making-
I
don't even know
because
who
she
she
does
is.
a lot
For
of
example,
charity
someone
work.
I don't even know who she is.
For example, someone like TD Jakes, he's the pastor of a lot of rich
Oh, I love
celebrities.
him.
He's the
Yeah.
pastor of lots of
I
rich
love him
celebrities.
so much.
So
Oprah
what I'm
Winfrey.
saying, it's who you preach to as well. Joyce Meyer probably has a lot of rich people in her church, and what I'm saying is that cool. If you have a lot of people in your congregation who are wealthy, they can probably support you on certain things. For example, getting a TV show. And TV show, if you're on TV, you're getting peace anyway. So it's
Like
not even.
TD Jakes, man does books, he does movies,
you know what I mean?
Like, he's got
talk show, like
a
he
lot of
does
stuff.
bare
But
stuff.
the reason that separates SPAC from somebody like a TD Jakes, SPAC are targeting poor people. No, people from impoverished backgrounds. They're not.
they're lying to them.
They're not
They're
gonna
lying.
go.
Chelsea, they won't go Kensington.
They're not gonna go target Callum from
And
Chelsea.
because we all
Impossible.
grew up about knowing how we always had to sow seed, like give offering, give tithe and everything, give 10% of the money that you earn, and then later on you'll get that money back. But what he's doing is that he's just manipulating these people.
Also, and again, it's how the things are being used. Joyce Myers ain't using the private jet to get people into church. That's just something she has.
Yeah, that's
Do you know, that's something she has. What SPACNation are doing is that they're using the Lambos, they're using all the D squared, all the Louboutins to attract people into the church. So they're advertising that to poor people.
Isn't it all rental?
Huh? Of course, yeah, but
I
yeah,
think
of course
it's
it is. It's all
Lubes
rental.
are rental.
Yeah, no, because there was one.
Wow. Where
I
can
can't
you
remember.
where can
Stratford
you rent
do that
lubes
thing.
from? What?
Yeah, there was one girl on TK's live stream. I can't remember what her name was. One girl on TK's live stream. She used to do handle financials.
Oh yeah, I know
First-
who you're talking
That
about.
light skin
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
That
she's-
girl, that light skin.
yeah,
girl.
that light skin
Oh,
one.
she's funny.
She used to like handle the financial for SPACNation, innit? Again, this is all on YouTube. Like this information on SPACNation is well documented. It's everywhere. Do your research.
Do your Googles.
Do your Googles.
Do your
Read your
Googles.
books. Do your Googles. But yeah, she was basically saying that she used to see a lot of these guys share clothes. She said like a lot of these man like who are size 10 will be squeezing their foot into size 8. Will be squeezing their foot into
So it's like,
Insert that clip right there.
Them tall boys from that church, they'll be squeezing their foot like this and that loop. It will be like this, my guy. I'll be looking at them like, raw. They'll be complaining to me, oh, sis, my foot's hurting me, you know. No one will know that their foot's hurting them except me.
The blood circulation in that feet.
so basically like she was basically saying
You're gonna have blisters in it everywhere.
Oh my god.
but yeah though she's basically saying that a lot of the lifestyle is fraudulent. And then even oh my god, like just the other day, I think it was yesterday or today, they were on BBC. One of the trap houses, they owe money. They haven't paid 6 months worth of rent. They're due for eviction in one of the trap houses immediately.
How can why would you call it a trap house?
There's
they-
abbreviation for that.
It has one connotation.
No, there's abbreviation. No,
Take
they-
risks and prosper.
I know, but calling it a trap
Wait, no,
house.
no, they
we have
actually
one-
call it
It's like they're bringing
Yeah.
that road
It's called a
mentality
yeah.
into church.
It has
Oh, I
one
didn't actually
connotation.
call it a
What I'm
trap
saying.
house.
Take risk. What?
Take risks
And
and
prosper.
prosper.
That's what I'm
Amen.
saying.
So it's actually called it.
Yeah.
That's like a dumping ground, basically.
No, basically, the reason why they call it though.
Oh,
Again,
no, not like that. I didn't mean like
again,
JCB.
they're using, from what I've seen, they're using the same logic. We're trying to reclaim like, you know how people say, okay, for example,
They're using the same
Oh,
colloquialism.
reclaim the N-word, reclaim the slut word,
out.
and then
Oh, man, they shouldn't
but
do
reclaim
Get
it.
outta here.
Even certain pastors have things called lines, right?
What's that?
Oh yeah, like lines.
Lines. No,
Like a
lines.
line,
trap
like a
phones.
trap line.
Like a trap, no, but basically, it's
Them
called
words.
but they call it a
about
given.
these
They
things.
call it a
I'm
given
not-
line.
I know about these stuff, man.
So they call it a giving line, right? A giving line. So a pastor may have, let's say, 10 givers, right? And what the givers will do is they'll be like, okay, they'll tell the givers, Ray, I want you to raise. So say if I'm a pastor right now, right? There's 4 of you right now. I want to raise 4K. All right. You. I want 1K this week. And what you lot will do, you lot will
Okay.
Find like 10 people.
On
in
Gucci.
it,
Yeah, they'll have like 10 people online.
No,
Obviously,
we would have to find 10 people.
yeah, you'd have to find 10 people
Try
to
and get
give you.
£100.
Is this what happened in Top Boy? Where Ats and then people were
Yeah, that's what
Jack
it's,
was
it's
going
a
out to look
line.
for.
No, perfect. This perfect example. Let's say PT. Let's use Top Boy as an analogy. Let's say PT is the Shane, the Shane, Sully, and them lot, right? The other pastors are Jack and Hurting in Jack and my man, innit?
Oh my days. I forgot his name as well.
Oh my god.
I forgot his name.
Moving on.
No, what's his name?
Driss.
Jack and Driss.
I know, violation.
Anyway, moving on.
So Jack and Driss in it, and then there's the youngers like Ats and them lot in it. Cool.
Yeah.
So obviously, how in Top Boy, how it works is that obviously Ats and them lot will sell the food, they'll give it to Jack, Jack gives it to Deshane, Jack and them lot get a little piece of the profit. That's how the pastor system works. It is a trap line. So pastor, again, Mariam Mola, the reason why I say
She's
that
scary,
one,
fam.
you see that one,
Scary,
she was
fam.
I remember I was watching her live,
She's
she was
scary,
like,
bro.
I will know your finances. Yeah, like, I will know your finances.
Like, you go to school, you go to work, but your finances, I will know them.
She's like,
Why is the finances so important?
she's like, I will never stop preaching about finances. I will mobilize people.
I hate that word.
Mobilize.
Mobilize. Made to mobilize. Oh, that's
I
such
she's been
stupid
convicted
words.
like over
Yeah, she's been convicted like
35
three
times.
No, three. I think she had 3 different convictions and stuff.
Wait, what do you mean? She's been
In like 3
arrested.
different countries.
No, like prison.
I just want to know.
Wait, what?
Where
Prison.
is the
Countries.
same energy for people's mental state, like where they are emotionally and
What?
like
In that church.
finances?
For real.
Money,
They
money,
don't
money.
care.
Where's
don't
the
care.
same
It's
energy for when
about
people are up
finances.
here?
They will mobilize. Literally, Literally for Pastor Toby's birthday, they had to raise
Mobilize.
100k in a week.
I said I could
For
be,
his
I could
birthday.
be wanting to commit suicide, but you want that
No.
money and you don't.
Make sure you bring the 1K
Make sure
before
you
you,
bring the 1K
before you
before you
die.
die.
Before you kill yourself, make sure you bring the money.
Ash, give the money to PT and PT will pray for your mental health.
Wait, hold on.
Pray for
He
your
said before you kill yourself, make sure you bring the money.
Yeah, no,
That's
literally.
what
the
they say.
energy.
No,
That's
that's what they
so bad.
say.
Literally.
One of the part, but again, it was Mariam Mola. She was like, "You wanna sleep during the pastor's prayer? You will die in your sleep." Oh, yeah. Oh my life! I know, bro. I will send you not the video. She said, "You will die. You will die in your sleep. You will die." Oh, I didn't even. No, there's so much
Shout out
stuff.
to my bro, you're dying, bro. 'Cause my brother sleeps in church every single prayer. Every single prayer. My brother is head like this.
Oh my
Bro, you're
life,
dying.
bro! I was
Did you see that video of them when they're praying about for seed and that?
Yeah, they were crying. Like, I
crying.
need some
I
seed.
need seed.
I need seed. I need seed.
Like,
Basically,
one
seed is
disturbing
basically
video, fam.
seed is basically the money you give into church. The money you give into church. But basically, what SPACNATION do? They do something called all giving. I think it's all sowing seed or all giving seed.
Yeah, like what once every Sunday or something.
Something mad like that. Wait. Basically, whatever you have in your bank account, let's say
You have to empty it.
empty it.
Would they ask for
Zero.
receipt? Like, what's in your bank account?
Yeah. Because like I said, Mariam,
I
I
have
will
is
know
£2.
your finances.
Make a monzo account. Make a monzo
If
account.
I empty my bank account, what am I gonna live on, huh?
Exactly.
Simple.
But
How
no,
much
tell
to
you,
give?
God will give that
God
back
will
to
give
you.
that back to you. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
No, but no, here's what you do.
Miracle money. You just
But
wake
this
up.
how they-
Miracle money, you know.
money in your account.
This is what happens.
These man are-
Boom. This is
man
what
are-
happens here. Cool. Let's see. Empty your bank account. You're broke. You need somewhere to stay. Where do you think you're going?
Trap house.
To the trap house. And then once you're in the trap house,
How can they call it the trap house?
once you're in the trap house, you're there.
Do they have to do jobs in the trap house?
Yeah, all of them have to. Mario
There's
Mola's-
videos on Twitter and that there. You see the guy Enrique? He's whipping.
Yeah, he's
one of
whipping
the-
my man.
My man with the
So you
belt.
can't even run away.
No, he can't run over.
Where
Where's he
you
gonna run
This
going
man's
to?
with R. Kelly, what he's doing, how he's keeping all them girls in their man.
No,
Yeah.
they're coming out now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, SPACNATION need to do that.
Yeah.
Coming out
No,
now.
basically, and
Because the
then-
girl, she made some GoFundMe because she needs money. Because
Sorry.
R. Kelly's in jail, he's not giving her money. Carry on.
Remember that woman that bailed him out? That's his back, Idiot, fam. Let's go.
But yeah, no.
Exactly.
But SPACNATION's downfall is inevitable, though.
Amen.
Absolutely.
It's
Oh my
inevitable.
gosh.
No, but
My dad said the same thing. He was like, if it's not of God, it's bound to fail.
It's
Amen.
inevitable.
Bound
Their
to fail.
downfall.
But this has been happening for years. 'Cause I remember when I first heard about SPACNATION, I was planning to go to their New Year's event, and then my friend was telling me, "Oh no, the last time we went, there was people that pulled up in the church and were trying to beat up the pastor." And then one of them, I think Gifty, went onto her snap saying, "How can you enter our church? We still got man them in here that haven't changed."
Guys are on the
that.
road, yo, deal with you. I was just
I'm
like,
like, Gifty,
Gifty.
X Factor reject. Look
X
at
Factor.
her.
Oh, reject.
Honestly,
like a blonde pea head.
Yeah, look, I'm a cold trap mash. These Christians ain't on piss, fam. You get me? These Christians ain't on piss. These Christians ain't on piss.
Christians ain't on
Baddies
piss.
and Bible.
You
No,
had
you know
checks
I knew
to come and say
SPACNATION
that.
was done at
You're
this.
swearing.
How you doing the Ballies and Bible thing? Like, no. Ballies and
Matching
Bible.
skanks. Wearing a belly
You're
in
holding the Bible
church.
like this.
Don't let me
Like,
come
how you
through with
wearing
the
a baggy in
belly.
church,
How you, that makes no sense. How you went and then a lot
What
of
are you
these.
covering your face for? Who you hiding from?
No, but
Don't
I think
know who you are.
Apparently,
wearing
a
a
lot of them have
balaclava
their
at church.
rivals
knows who
in
you
there
are.
in the church. A lot
yeah,
of them
no,
have their
apparently.
rivals.
Yeah, they have their ops.
Yeah.
I'm
In the
church.
same shirt.
In a holy place.
Some
You
of
have,
them had
you have
to.
ops in church.
So
No.
they split them up.
Yeah,
That's funny, fam.
But not even
No way.
So they'll see, oh, that's my op, that's my op. Oh, come here. They'll put you on the
Okay.
other side.
For why?
Man,
Oh
thing,
my.
it's crazy,
You
man.
have ops in church.
You know, these gang people be coming to
What's
church.
that thing on Netflix?
What one?
Greenleaf.
Greenleaf.
That's my show.
That church is mad.
Yeah,
That church
Greenleaf
is mad. What's that
Something
woman's
like
name?
that, bro.
Fam,
That
this
shit
is
is
not too far off. Fam. That's
Yeah,
it's
like-
based on reality, isn't it?
And then he's gonna marry a white girl.
For real.
My husband is. Oh shit.
For real.
Nah, but what was I saying? But do you know what's back here? Do you know I thought he's slightly to blame?
Who?
Slightly, parents. I'll tell you why. Parents need to be more inquisitive about where
Where
they
your child is
Yeah,
Where
your
going.
child
That's
is
true.
what
going.
it is.
Where your
These parents will think, oh yeah, my child
Going to church.
They finally
Church.
get in Christ.
Then it's
is
fine.
finally.
Do you know that's like great news, fam? If you tell your mum, "Oh, mum, I'm going to church," or "Mum, I'm going to the mosque," like,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh,
It's
it's like
good
news.
news.
Because that's a parent's prayer.
Exactly.
They want their child to be
Yeah,
with
yeah.
But at the
Christ.
same time, yeah, like if you
But
see
they'll manipulate the youth though.
no, but
That's
no,
the-
one- no
that's the
NK's got a
issue.
point though.
but
Like,
at the same time, as a parent,
parent
you have
should
to
know.
be you have to know where your child's going. At least go to a
Research.
service.
Do research.
At least go to a service. And
Yeah.
if the church are telling you, oh, you can't come into the service, then you know something spooky.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know something spooky. Like as a parent,
Maybe
like,
if they're from like impoverished, like if they're working class kids, yeah. Maybe their mum's working on Sunday. They don't really have like means to say like where are you going.
But do you know what the
blah,
thing
blah,
is?
blah,
They
like,
don't even just have church on Sunday.
they
or
don't.
have midweek things.
Every day.
Thing, yeah, basically every day.
It's every day. They're sowing seed.
kind of money don't stop, bro.
The
The,
money
income
don't-
got to come
and-
every
oh,
day.
money
money
don't
don't
come.
Is it 1K per week?
Yeah.
fam?
Listen,
Everything.
I will
Money.
again. Mariam Mola.
Mobilize.
Mariam Mola. Mariam Mola said, but if it's okay for us to know the Kardashians more finances, why can't they know our finances?
Everybody knows their finances, please.
I don't know
The
Kim
only
K's
thing we
bank
know is
balance.
that, what's that woman? No, it's like Kylie Jenner. All we know is that she's a billionaire. That's it.
I don't know. I don't know the money,
No,
the
basically-
bank balance.
That makes sense.
Basically,
Shit, acting like SPACNATION will end up in Forbes, fam.
no, that's what they want. That's what they want because
The richest church.
because again, Pastor told me. Adeboyega, yeah, Adeboyega, yeah, Pastor told me Adeboyega.
Won't you come and find us in this place?
Find me. I have the blood of Jesus covering
Amen.
me.
In the name of Jesus, we have
No, you guys are mad, fam.
Find me. I don't
You
care.
ready for the smoke?
Jesus.
There is power.
Fam. Try me.
Oh no, but no. Again, Pastor Toby was saying again on another Periscope. He's like, wow. He went to a Chelsea game, innit? He said, wow. I went to a football game and I saw many people sowing seed into the club. They were
One
in-
of my friends. Oh, go on,
Yeah,
go on, sorry.
he was investing. Oh, I see how many thousands of people
every day sow
investing
seeds.
into the club, buying T-shirts, getting into the stadium. Wow, it made me think, why can't this mentality be adopted in the church? But here's the one. But here's one basic thing. A football club is a for-profit organization. They are made
Exactly.
to make profit. So they want, well, of course, they'll advertise you
But
to buy clothes.
how did he get into the game? Didn't he pay?
No.
He didn't pay.
He clicked it.
No, you know, it's not about that. It's not about that. He does. No, basically, boom. He has somebody in his church was doing tryouts for Chelsea, innit?
Uh-huh.
And then he was look,
Basically, there's a guy in the church that wants to start his own football academy kind of thing. So he gets like, but it's all a dream seller, bro. Because one of my friends, he took his brother to a trial, and he said that when he saw Pastor Toby, he's like, nah, this is bugs. He even called me. He's like, raw, Pastor Toby said. I was like, bro, this thing is fake. Don't go. He's like, yeah, they're asking man to pay £20. They're asking all
For a
these-
tryout?
Yeah, to try out. They're saying the
Joke,
top
man.
teams are gonna be there. Arsenal, Chelsea,
verbalist.
all this, that is a lie. So then saying, oh, the next trial we're gonna have a PS4 there.
There's another trial.
Yeah, so there's gonna be
next
another
trial.
next trial.
Probably double that.
They're gonna
40.
put a
£40 next trial.
PS4 there.
PS4, the game.
So when you're
Yeah.
waiting, you play.
Play PS4.
So then you go to your next game. I've never seen that. I used to kick ball. Every trial I went to, there was no PS4 there.
Same.
You see how they're trying to get into the youth's head, bro. That man there, bruv, they're
Evil, fam.
But yeah, again, they will prey on people's dreams because again, the reason why they target young people, the reason why they target people from ends is because a lot of people from ends don't, let's say, have the facilities to get out of ends, or they don't have the people to guide them out of ends. So obviously, when you're seeing man like Pastor Toby, you're seeing his you're seeing his mansions, you're seeing all the properties that you're seeing his cars, you're gonna get gassed as you. You're gonna wanna be like him.
yeah, for
That's
real.
why these man idolize Pastor Toby. That's why these man will proudly say, I don't know God, I only know PT. Because they're
Yeah, how
gassed
can you
by the
say
image.
that?
Because they're gassed by the figure of PT. But even in the Bible it says,
Like all this materialistic things is
No,
not gonna.
you
You're not
shouldn't
gonna
worship
take
Fam, even
it.
Jesus when he came to the temple, he broke everything.
Yeah.
Because they're selling inside the temple.
Yeah.
Like,
Man
come on.
dashed the table and,
And they were
said,
trying to
"Come
tell
on,
me that it was supposed to be
sir."
doing that. I get sowing seed, but sowing seed to that
tell 'em
extent,
again,
that's a
fam.
lot of money.
If you tell
But
them something
sowing
like,
seed and that is not even the main thing.
Are they doing
You
more?
can't buy your salvation.
Like in the
Alright,
Bible,
man,
it
for
doesn't
me,
say.
for someone that doesn't know what that term means, what does sowing seed mean?
Well, sowing seed is like giving tithe, giving offering, like helping like the church and like
Okay. Basically charity
financial
donations.
Yeah,
But the
that's that.
Bible said in the Bible, it don't say you have to.
It's not by
do
force.
it. Like, it's
No,
not by
there's-
force.
There's no compulsion. Like in Islam, there's one quote that says there's no compulsion in religion. Like we live by that. Like this, it can't be
Yeah.
by force. So when I see people get forced into religion, from my perspective, it's just like, how did you let that happen? Like,
Yeah,
why are you
like-
even doing that?
But
It's
this,
for their own gain, innit? For their own profit.
you see the thing. See the thing about SPAC. Thing with SPAC, it's just like it's very concerning for the community because again, a lot of people are being sold hella dreams, and what happens after that? Like, what happens when SPAC Nation goes away? Like, yes, we're gonna be gassed. We're gonna be gassed that a lot of these men ain't manipulating these kids no more. But there's gonna be a lot of broken people out there. There's gonna be a lot of people who are in financial debt. Even men,
Yeah, it doesn't say they're mental.
and
Spiritually.
we're just talking about money. We're not even talking about like like not to get crude, but the sexual scandals that have been happening.
The rape and everything, man.
Pastors have been beaten.
One
There
of
was
the
a
guys,
rape. There was a rape
he
case.
admitted it. Did you see
Yeah.
the tweet? One of them.
He only admitted it this year
I think it was this year.
because
He
when she
admitted it.
came out and said it, everybody was saying no.
Elaborate on the situation.
So basically, I don't know what year it was, but a girl was raped in the church, and then when she came forth with it, everybody was saying
But it
stuff
happened
like,
in one of the trap houses.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so when she came forth with it, everybody was like, "Oh, tell her to be quiet" and all that stuff, saying she's lying. And then she went onto Twitter, I think, and she wrote everything about it. Then they were saying, "Oh, what do you call it?" She was just lying. And then she's
But
saying
then
that,
the guy came out
yeah,
saying he actually done it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sorry. This, that. But then there's a screenshot of the SPAC group chat. They were like, everyone go on my man's Twitter and just comment that he never done it and it was a mistake and that.
No,
Who said to do that?
One of the pastors.
this wicked church.
So there's a cover up right there.
Yeah, they try to cover it up. But the guy admitted it himself. He's like, yeah, it happened. And
Pastor,
some-
a man that's meant to do right, meant to
see that?
separate right and wrong.
again, it's like, and I'll shout out to one guy. Bloody, I forgot his name. Little Black Book on YouTube. Little
Oh,
Black
he
Book
went
on
to that
YouTube.
church.
He's basically like, obviously, we're talking about things from a more of a social perspective, innit? Obviously, if you guys like want to know why SPAC is done out here from a religious perspective, I'd highly recommend Little Black Book. He tackles them from a more spiritual, religious perspective and gives scripture
By the
book to say like why what SPAC is doing is wrong.
He actually went to one service.
They went to he actually did.
And he
He's
challenges them.
He's document. But even it's like, even you're in live streams with like someone that lost, right? And even she's telling you lot are done at it, fam.
Yeah, fam.
like-
She goes to my church. Shout out.
You lot are done at it.
What's the church again?
Seventh-day Adventist. Shout out.
Like she's telling you lot are done it. And the thing is, again, with SPAC, I hope nobody currently is joining SPAC because with the information we have now on SPAC, it'd be very ill-informed. But I am curious. I wouldn't go there myself, especially now.
I want to.
My face is big. But now
I was thinking about it back in
Let's
the
do
day. Earlier this year, I was thinking about going.
I was just
before
go
all of this.
because I actually want to see the manipulation
For Christmas.
I actually want to see how people are manipulating people. For Christmas. But there's one other
I don't
thing
want
they
to
do.
go.
Remember,
want to.
you know the video when they're fake speaking in tongues? Mr.
I was gonna talk about this.
I was gonna talk
about this.
Man was writing down
Man's writing
How
down
do you write down tongues?
That's a spiritual.
Fam, only God understands tongues.
Yeah,
So how do you
So
write it down?
historically, tongues are meant to come to you like it's like divine
it's like-
But not
revelation.
everybody's
Yeah.
gifted with it.
Not
everybody
it's
has
not
it.
for everyone, innit?
Yeah.
But the
And
thing
you
is,
don't write down somebody else. It's them and God.
literally,
So
what
you
they'll
don't
do,
God.
what
You
they'll
don't
do,
write
yeah,
down
what they'll
to
do
say
is
and then
like,
verbalize
what they'll do is that they'll watch Pastor Toby speak in tongues. They'll write it
Write
down,
down what he says.
and they always start like this. Zandele up, Malika.
I need to know. I need to
Like
know.
they take it by their feet. At.
I need to know who
Man said
I mean,
Malika.
that word in Arabic means angel. I know that.
I said there was a picture on Twitter, no?
Of what?
Of the definition of what Malika is.
Okay.
I need to find it. Hold on.
Yeah, malaik in Arabic means angel. I know
Angel,
that.
innit?
I know that.
But
Yeah.
it said like it's an angel of manipulation. Or so I sent it to you, bro.
actually mad, fam. And I feel like the deeper that you dig into this, the more you just get. Me personally, I feel disgusted by it. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, SPAC. The thing about SPAC, like we laugh at it, but at the same time, it's like
Exactly.
there's a lot of people whose lives cannot like. Think about it. A lot of their congregation is youths. I would guess a large percentage of them or a significant percentage of them are uni students.
Yeah.
So on top of the student loan you've taken out,
1K, where were you getting 1K
not
from?
1K,
That's a lot of money.
10.
10K.
So on top of,
10K.
so
So you
you're,
should
you're
have found
adding
that
10K on top of tuition fees, on top of student
Rent money,
loan,
pay your
like,
rent. Like,
what is going on? Like you are gonna come out of a situation.
your credit
In
score is going to be
palaver.
0.
Fam,
Credit score
is
is
disgusting.
0.
Their credit score is disgusting
But
right
at
now.
the same time,
They won't get houses.
a lot of these guys believe everything these pastors are telling them. Everything. Now, when Mariam Mola says like, "Oh, like I will pest, like, give me 10K," they'll go out and give 10K.
I don't even think it's their fault believing all these pastors, because seeing when you go church, you see a pastor in like a higher state, like you look up to pastors and you always ask them for certain stuff. So like when they're preaching to you all of this and you're not going to any other church to understand the Bible for yourself, it's like,
Yeah, but at the same time, when Jesus comes back, he's going to be like, what did you do with your own relationship with God? Like, you're obviously, if a pastor's telling you something that's wrong, and you believe it, okay, there's some like responsibility on the pastor. But at the same time, read the Bible for yourself and
For
you
yourself,
will
yeah,
understand where he's wrong. And then,
that's probably why a lot of them are leaving now.
Yeah,
Because they're finding God for themselves.
obviously, there's the people, let's say, like I say, if you're over 23, 24, 25, calm, like you have the ability to make decisions for yourself. But you see, they have youngers,
But
like
they're like 16.
they have youngers that are
like,
like
do you see that
14,
one time where they
16.
took like that whole, I don't know what school it was, they were like secondary school kids, they took not the whole school, but like bare of them to like Nando's, like, and they were all in uniform.
So you see, with that generation, that's why I put a lot of emphasis on parents, because with that generation, they don't know any better. Do you know what I mean? That's like,
Especially with us having been in those shoes. Like,
Like,
I know
they
I was impressionable at 16. I know that for sure. Like at that age, I definitely was. Fam.
KICC.
I'm just happy I didn't fall into anything too deep.
Oh, do you go to that church?
chill about KSCC.
No, that's a good church.
That's a good church.
Well,
fam.
there's a new one
go
called Caris on campus. I think they're coming here as well.
But yeah, like even like, I wish Shoulder's here, but even like, because she mentioned the
Black
other
people do it to themselves.
No, because I think she or someone else alluded to the fact that, you know, there are certain revivals that are SPAC. So a lot of these youth revivals that have transferred into different unis are literally SPAC boot camps. I know in this uni right now, there's a little SPAC boot camp.
I thought you was about to say another church that we all know about.
No.
Okay.
So the name's just been changed.
Their names have been changed.
It's the same thing repackaged.
Repackaged. They have affiliations with SPAC. Like a lot. Like there's literally.
Pim.
Again, you lot can ask around. There's people that have come up to me and said like, NK, like, yeah, like I went to this church service. Obviously, I thought everything was calm, everything was nice. Obviously, they started telling us to go to the church in London. Then it's like, oh yeah, SPAC. Boom. You're not even. And then one girl was telling me, you're not even allowed. Let's say like there's a prayer from TG Jakes or Joyce Myers, right? And
you're not allowed.
You're not allowed to put that in the SPAC group chat.
For why?
All prayers,
to be
all worship
Pastor
has to
told
come
you.
from SPAC.
It has to.
All words have to come from SPAC. Again, that's indoctrination. Because then it's like, okay, these are the only people that are right.
These are the
Nowhere
only views that matter.
in the word does it say you have to follow one pastor.
So they can't even watch sermons online.
They can't.
That's
Unless it's SPAC related, they're not allowed to do that.
It is a cult.
Do
What the
nothing.
hell?
Has to be SPAC. Has to be PT. You get me?
How are so many men falling for this though? Surely.
It's the.
Money. The
I'm
materials.
sure when you go there, it's a vibe.
That's what it is.
Bro, it's mostly the vibe.
Wait,
like,
what-
because you see so many young people.
It's
Like,
not
oh
even.
yeah, this is church.
What type of worship music do they play?
No.
Drill.
No.
Oh, that's what they play.
No, that's not all they play. That's not all they play. Because I was watching again Little Black Book, and he was saying like he was saying they
Even
were
that I have a
playing
problem
like
with, but
they were
yeah.
playing like proper
Skeng
like
Van
like gospel music that bangs.
Yeah,
that
Old school gospel music.
like proper like gospel music that are tuned in, and they're doing different harmonies and renditions and all of that. So obviously, harmonies and renditions and all of that. All of that. So obviously, if you're going to a church here and the gospel music is banging and there's energy, there's a vibe,
You're gonna be
you're
drawn
gonna
into
be
it.
like,
You're gonna be like,
this is litty. And there's nothing wrong with creating a good atmosphere in church when it comes to music and percussions, all that. Because again, there's sections of the Bible that talk about music, like how certain,
The
especially
devil was in charge of music
well, not
when he was in heaven. No. When he was in heaven.
It was,
He
when
was
he was
the
in
angel
heaven. But
of
again,
worship.
like worship, praise and worship is a very important thing in the church, isn't it? So if that's banging, you're gonna be attracted to the church, and then the church will do certain theatre. I call it theatre. This is massive theatre
Theatrics.
because I think all these men are plants. So basically, they're plant. Basically, there was one sermon I saw on SPACNATION online where Pastor Toby at the Boyega, where
Fam, he's gonna
basically
come for us, man.
I don't,
Don't
I
scare.
am
Yeah,
shooketh.
You think we're the only ones after him? Like, well, we're not even after, but you think we're the only ones on his radar?
Again,
Like, they're
I-
damn on his
let-
radar.
Actually, they got
put a
BBC
disclaimer
on their
out,
case.
Please.
They got
got
BBC on
BBC
their
on
case.
I
And
would
they're
say
on the
that
least of their worries.
If anyone on SPAC wants to refute the claims that we're making,
Come
this is
down.
an open show.
down.
This is an open
Please, I would
platform.
like to speak to
Please,
you.
we'll have a conversation. You can drink. We'll be there's very nice people. We just think a lot of the stuff that your church is doing
It's
is
madness.
wrong. But anyway,
And you should always speak when something's wrong. You should speak on it.
Don't
At
keep
least.
quiet.
but as I was saying, basically there was a kid, right, who basically he had weed on him in church, innit? And he was had it to sell to distribute, right? Cool. He gave it to Pastor Toby. Pastor Toby was like, "See, look at this little boy selling weed." He's like, "Why are you selling weed?"
In front of the church.
Yeah, in the
Well, apparently
service.
someone that's fake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I call it a plant. They planted them man
somebody
there.
will go
Yeah,
after
they
service.
plant the knives and
So basically,
the trap phones and the
Yeah,
weed
like you
and
see
that.
that thing where it's like bare, like
Yeah.
knives,
Yeah, like-
machetes,
So basically-
guns, like.
So basically, PT
Well,
was
that's
like,
good what they're doing there.
No, it's fake though.
What,
Half
is
of these
all
men
of
are
it
fake.
fake?
Not all of it, but
all
half
of this
of
was
it's
given
fake.
to in one service. Blah blah blah. Like this
So-
is how we take the young people off the street.
But imagine, carry on.
So basically, cool. PT had weed, and then obviously the kid was like, "Oh, like, I have weed because obviously I got to pay my plug off, otherwise these men are gonna kill me." Obviously, PT brought a handful of money. He said he brought a handful of money.
How was
said,
that in your pocket?
Give this to him. Give this to him. Basically, he gave money so man had to pay off his plug. You don't need to do that.
You know if that was actually real? You know if that's actually real? You could do that, you know?
moment.
I'll say, yo, get some
Wait,
money.
you actually
Go
think
to
the kid paid the
PT.
plug off?
Yeah, I got to pay them off and then dash them their thing and get the money.
But
Run out the
that's what you
church.
call it, theatrics, innit?
It's theatre because it's gonna get obviously if PT was like, "Oh, just gave bare money for mama to pay his plug off." Bare man can be like, "Raw, this PT guy, he's a proper man of God. Like, he's a worshipper
Let me
of
go
God."
find some weed and catch
Yeah,
this
let
money.
me go buy some
Catch this
weed.
money.
Dash it to him. Yeah, I need some money to pay my plug
No,
off.
but
I'm about to
obviously
die.
after that money went back to PT with 10k
real?
loan. So it is what it is.
With 10k loan.
But literally, and even again, I was watching TK's live stream. There's so we've only scratched the surface. There's so much to tackle, but so little time.
Yeah.
But I was watching TK's live stream, and then somebody was saying on TK's live stream that PT doesn't let them in on how he makes money. Apparently, it's cryptocurrency and trading and all that. But a lot of
Bitcoin and that.
but he doesn't allow them in that sector. Why do you think so? So he can keep them first in. Like I was
This Bitcoin cryptocurrency thing is a lie, you know.
no. Crypto
Trading and that. No. Bearman tried to make me do that. There was a group of guys that tried to make me get into that. And now all of them are telling me, "Oh, no, we left it.
Nah.
Yeah,
No.
It's not, bro.
No. It's not fake, and it's just a lot of man don't know
They
what they're
sell
doing.
dreams as well.
A lot of man don't know what they're doing because there are man them that do it that know exactly what they're
Some
doing.
people that actually do it. And they
Do
actually
it,
make
'cause it's
money
actually
from
a form of trading.
But it
It's-
takes years to.
It takes years to
Yeah.
learn
People
how.
think, oh yeah, I'm gonna get into trading. I'll flip this money. I'm gonna make a mil in
Exactly.
a month. Like,
It's
don't
not
work
that
like
easy.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
Meal in a
bro.
month.
Even I can't remember what gangster movie it was, but it summarizes everything. It's like, why do you think I can't remember what movie it was? I'll find it. Why do you think I dress so nice? Why do you think I wear the stuff I wear? It's to keep everyone here. No, it was in Wolf. It was in Wolf of Wall Street. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I dress
yeah,
so
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I dress so nice. I do everything. I show off my cars to keep everyone hungry, to make everyone want to be like me. Do you not think that's PT? PT's Wolf of Wall Street. Fam, I'm not even joking. This is a cult. That's my one thing is that I think my one worry, I think a lot of irreparable damage has been done
Yeah.
in terms of people's finances, in
Their
terms of
faith.
people's faith.
mental health, mental
Don't
state.
say all of this shouting money. Where's the
think this
same
one play on
energy
your
for
mind,
Bible
fam?
study? Or
Fam,
same
a lot of
energy
people are
for-
gonna be homeless after this whole PT thing
And
comes.
like NK said, fam, it's gonna put off a lot of man. A lot of man are gonna be put off religion and God. Like, oh yeah, this road. No, I've already done it. Like I've
I don't
tested it
think.
out.
Do they even understand what they're doing? Like, we're supposed to be bringing people to Christ, not pushing them away from
They
it.
don't care. They care about the bread. They care about the Balenciagas.
I really
real.
want to
Balenciaga.
understand what is
Like, I
what
know
they think they're gonna do.
Like some of my friends, they reverted to Islam, yeah. And basically, what they tell me, when you revert, like you can't really listen to like secular music. You can't really do certain things like basically sex before marriage and that. But these lot, they'll tell you that it's okay.
What SPAC?
Yeah,
Yeah, SPAC. There's
will
bare
tell you it's
SPAC
calm.
pastors up that are.
They'll
Wasn't
tell you
PT,
you can
wasn't
wear-
PT,
you can wear mini
Court with
skirt
15.
to church and that. They'll do all this
No,
makeup.
literally, there was a
love
woman-
at church.
Why you touching me for?
He said, like,
I don't
no,
want me to church. Leave me alone.
I'm not talking about that
Why
one.
you-
I'm not talking about that one.
I talk about
What was he
PT.
saying?
No,
Oh,
like,
okay,
fam,
what I'm saying,
for
I
me,
don't
like
really
for me,
see it.
I don't know how
Because
you
you're
don't see it, but for me, I only see I see these things from an Islamic perspective because I'm a Muslim. That's how I've been raised. Like I see so many things that are straight up just wrong to me or that just don't make sense to me, and I don't know if this is how you man see it, but like you said, when someone reverts to Islam, like you have to just slowly transition into it. It's not like you revert and tomorrow you have to drop this and you have to do this. In your own time, you revert. In your own time, you do things. And you revert in your own time, in your own way. Like it's not like you're pressured or anything like that. Like we're against that. For me, like it don't make no sense. How are you pressuring someone to worship or how are you pressuring someone to do this? Like your heart has to be in it. If you're literally like trying to commit yourself to God, your heart has to be in it. If your heart's not in it, you're not going to be
Because
there for the right
SPAC
reasons.
Nation, what did they want? Souls,
Money.
fam.
They
want
want money.
But
souls.
growing
Not
up,
be
that's been a
twerking
lot.
up
Like
and
when you
that.
get stopped on like Saturdays by people who are evangelizing, they just want people for their church. They just want numbers. So that's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people were
Yeah,
upset with what I think.
because on Loz's live they were like, no other churches do what we do. No other church has,
Yeah.
has
No,
numbers.
how
like we
many
do.
churches do
How
you
many
know-
churches
how-
do? I was just like,
How many churches do you know
why do you
that
care about
saving
everybody else?
1,000
Focus on
souls right
yourself.
now?
There are so
Why do
many
you
churches that are
care?
doing that. Let me say Hillsong.
You know, like-
Hillsong is doing that right now. They're saving a lot of souls, but they're
Yeah,
not bragging
Hillsong's
about
very-
it.
And God is
They
not
say
happy when you're
2,000 souls.
down in other people's efforts like that. Like other people are trying to do
Acting
what
like
they
it's a
do.
competition.
Again, like it's like
Yeah,
this. Like I was just saying, you just drop numbers, 1,000, this, that. From an Islamic perspective, we like evangelizing in Arabic is called da'wah. When you give da'wah, it's literally you're preaching the word of God. Like when we do that, like it's not about numbers. How many people did you preach to today? How many people were you able to bring in today? It's not about that. It's like you're here just to spread the word. That's
Yeah,
it.
no, I wasn't
That's your
saying,
job.
I wasn't bringing up numbers, but I'm just
No, no,
saying
no.
they
No.
could be bragging about them stuff. All they said, like at the end of the service of a youth night, they said, 2,000 people, souls got saved.
Yeah.
That's it. But they didn't go onto social media to be going on live saying, 2,000
I
people
hear
got saved
that,
at
I hear
Hillsong.
that.
What other churches doing
Exactly.
that? No other church can do things.
Get out here.
That's
Not the
where the
first
issue
church.
starts.
Why'd you get?
Like, your church is even banging.
But guys,
They're using other people's songs.
I think this has been a conversation. I think we should do final thoughts. Like, what final thoughts in terms of, okay, do you see SPAC going down? And what would you say to someone, let's say who was in SPAC and wants to come out of SPAC?
If you go for the head, the rest
I
of the
think-
body shall die.
I don't know if SPAC will come down, you know.
You don't think?
It's inevitable, bro. They will.
I feel like I
Amen.
know.
Because
I
they've
know.
got so many people, like,
I feel like
the
I
amount
feel
of
like
people they have
what it is
there.
now. I feel like what it is now will come down, but it will probably
Still
come
be
up
there.
somewhere else. Somewhere else it will.
But don't they have
manifest
government
itself.
and
You
all
never
them
know,
people
these-
backing them?
These pastors might do their own thing and run away with it
That's
and
what
do
I'm
their
saying.
own thing. You never know.
It might branch off. It might not be SPAC, but it might be another
Something
thing.
else.
And then go to a new
when
church. and
Pastor
it's
told me
like
cuts, bro, tonight.
He's bouncing.
Fam, they're gonna pay for his ticket, everything. He's gonna say, I'm
Well,
going
he
on
said that
holiday
he's
for a
got no
bit.
clue what's going on. He's
That's
throwing
it.
everything
He
under the
said
bus.
He got
lie.
what?
He's
No
got no
clue.
clue.
What he
He
said-
said on BBC. He
on
said,
BBC.
they said on BBC that
He said whatever pastor's doing that, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no
Obviously,
knowledge
there's-
of it.
they might. They've
That's a
now
lie.
acknowledged that.
So as the
Them-
CEO of the whole
You
corporation,
doesn't
don't
you
know
have
what's
no
going on in
idea.
your own church. Fam, we ain't done, man.
I'm legally blind. Can't see, fam.
My final thoughts, though, I'm not gonna lie. The downfall is inevitable. I genuinely believe the downfall is inevitable. So it's gonna happen in its own time, man. We just gotta sit back and watch their empire fall and burn.
Because we
I'm
just
not
sat
even
back and
I'm
chill.
not
We'll
joking,
sit
fam.
back and what?
You man think a man like this that are violating the word of God and violating
His time will
Jesus
come.
and the people that God sent and are gonna get away with it?
Honestly,
no way,
man.
you're not gonna get away with
All
it.
they care about is drippy.
Drippy, drippy, drippy.
Actually,
Look at your shoes, bro.
Hey, wait, could she qualify for SPAC? Is the chip good enough?
With the
Is
challenge she
chip
won
good
yesterday,
enough?
she could qualify. That's
Pastor
the
Ashley,
one. That's the
what?
one.
Are you
Yeah.
telling me, G?
Drip is not
Put your feet
gonna
down.
take you to heaven.
Stop that.
All this drip, all these Lambos, it's not gonna take you to
Like Martin Luther King said, judge by the contents of a person, of a character. Like
Exactly.
judge that.
And all their characters are bad, bro. Like that Maria Mola thing. Like the way she just,
I know.
the way she comes
Aggressive.
across, like yeah, so
No, wait,
aggressive.
even like live with Gifty, where she's like, come here. And she ripped off her wig.
And you see the one when they made Pastor Toby do push-ups. They
Was
Pastor-
that-
Yeah, I saw that.
They made him do
Can't lie though,
push-ups.
he was bagging bare push-ups. I can't lie, he's
Pastor Toby, they made Pastor
He's in
Toby.
shape.
do-
He's in,
Yeah,
I can't
as a
lie.
punishment.
For what?
Nah, he's in shape though. He's in shape. I can't lie. He banged
Fam, he looks like every
push-ups.
other
They
uncle.
ripped off her wig.
But no,
don't
see what the
even.
Mario Mola thing, yeah? If you watch her Lorraine interview, oh my god, she was on Lorraine. She was so, she's like, she was talking about when she was in prison. I can't believe I was in prison.
I gave birth.
It was.
She's a baby.
She got
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah,
gave
she was in prison while she was 8 months pregnant. But
I swear she wrote a book or something. Something like that.
what?
Why, I don't even understand why she was even on Lorraine in the first place.
No, because obviously she was
Wait, Lorraine.
yeah,
as in
Caucasian
ITV.
Lorraine. Oyibo.
As
Oh,
in,
swear.
but after Good Morning Britain
The
at 9
Lorraine
o'clock,
that will come for you.
Lorraine, but Lorraine wasn't there. It was another person there, but it was Lorraine's show,
swear
and she was talking like I can't, like I was in a terrible situation, like so soft, the most soft-spoken woman out there. But then on Instagram
for
Live,
seed
you're
money.
telling people you will die today. Hey.
Mobilize all that rubbish.
Sounds fair. I know this shit, Jesus. I know this shit, fam. Jesus.
All right,
Guys,
English,
we're going on a tangent
please.
though. You asked final thoughts, bro. Like,
Oh, it was Ash. It was you.
Me? Oh, yeah. It's going down.
Amen. Amen.
You're finished.
down.
I think that's what we all have to say. It's gonna go down. It really is gonna go down.
My final thoughts on SPAC is obviously if you are currently still in SPAC, I highly recommend you leave. If you're someone affected by SPAC, I don't know. Have your own. My thing is have your own relationship with God. Have your own relationship with God.
Yeah.
Like it's important. Again, your spiritual journey is your spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
Do not let anybody manipulate
Or
what
change.
you know as your truth. Allow a pastor somebody that can guide you but not control you.
Mm.
A religious, nobody should have dominion over your life like that. The only
That's
person that
true.
should have dominion over your life is the Lord.
Because that
And-
judgment day, when
It's
God
the
asks
Lord.
you,
It's the
like,
Lord.
it's all about your relationship that you've had with God that He's gonna look on. Because we can go to church all these times, but like I remember growing up, people would say, "Oh, if you don't go to church on a Sunday, you're gonna go straight to hell." But it's not about going to church; it's about having that relationship with God. Fam, and church is the people, not the building. So I can link up with 3 people and be praying
And
in
be
my
having
house.
church.
That's still
Amen.
church.
Church.
So like, yeah. That's,
So I forgot what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
All we know is that obviously SPAC. No, I was gonna say SPAC again. Anybody in SPAC, whether you're a pastor, evangelist, minister,
Usher.
if you feel like what we're chatting is rubbish,
Come on,
if you
Usher,
feel
man. Come sit down,
please,
man.
Like you're more like not even
You're
you're
more
more,
than
than welcome.
More than welcome.
You're
Amen.
more than welcome.
But my final thoughts, I think SPAC, I think it's gonna come down. All the youth, if anybody approaches you, hey, make sure you tell your parents.
Fam.
Today, someone told me to come to this church. Mum, Dad, come with me.
Fam, it was even I was at Elephant
That's
Castle one
important.
time.
They need to do that.
Also,
I was at Elephant Castle one time, sorry, with Daniel, and we were gonna get tickets to go back to uni. And then 2 boys came up, and then they were like shouting at some white woman trying to get out of the way. Then they approached us talking about, come to our church, come SPACNATION. But I'm like, how can you evangelize someone when you're just being disrespecting other people? That's gonna have a reflection of your church.
Also, Panorama, SPAC, we see you, BBC. December 16th, we see you, Panorama,
everybody's live streaming that
SPACNATION.
shit.
Popcorn, baby.
You get me?
Get your popcorn ready.
You get me? Get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, whatever you may need.
Wait,
And watch
16th? That's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But
Mine is the
anyway,
28th, you know.
But I think a lot of people are scared to leave though.
Yeah,
feel like
they are.
Probably have nothing else.
They have nothing else.
But that's
like,
why
this
the
is my
whole church.
family.
That's why the whole church needs to fall down and crumble.
But still, like,
I feel
after
like there
that, what's
should,
gonna happen
like you
to
said,
them?
there should be other things for them to like
Yeah.
put their time into, like other churches, other whatever.
Like
for
the
them
churches
to
that are
go
seeing it
into.
now, they should like try and be open up doors to them and like say, yeah, you
Yeah.
can come to us.
'Cause if it
But any
comes
church,
down-
every church opens up doors.
Yeah.
to
And
people
don't
anyway.
come on the money thing though.
Yeah,
Don't
This
come on the
money
money
thing
thing.
is just.
No, fam.
Yeah,
These
God is not
money-
in debt.
God is
Exactly.
not in
God
debt.
is not in
God
debt.
forbid.
He doesn't need.
My
He doesn't
God
need
can
your
never
money.
be in debt.
he's a baller.
My God is never in debt.
Amen.
The same God that created the universe with ease
Is in debt.
No, he's in debt,
Like
bro.
that.
He's in debt.
As in man spoke and it was
That's
there.
what Marion
and he's in
Mola
debt.
said. He's in debt. But anyway, guys, this has been
The
another
Rare.
episode of the Rare Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on SoundCloud. SoundCloud. We've Spotify.
Upgrade it.
Upgrade
We're on
it.
SoundCloud.
Spotify, baby.
ghetto.
Make sure to share to your friends.
Yeah.
And comment below what other topics you'd like us to comment
And
on.
make sure that you donate £1,000 as well.
Amen. Mobilize around you and bring us money. That's what we
I know
need.
your
finances.
all our subscribers. I want you to mobilize.
145.
I want you
Who's
to
good at maths? Who's good at
mobilize.
maths? What's 145
Nah, but guys, thank you for showing love,
Thank
man.
you for showing-
Honestly, thank you for showing love.
Yeah,
We don't want your money, it's alright. We don't want
you
your
guys.
money.
But mobilize still, yeah. Drippy. We are Silent Podcast. Deuces.
In a bit.
Y'all niggas got me hot.